the new patch came out yesterday, or 7.2, and I really want to go through it today. So let's jump right into it with Tirius. This is my main. We're going to go to Solution 9. I wanted to point this out. The Tomestones of Aesthetics were discontinued, right? What you can do is convert them into the Tomestones of Heliometry, and then there's a new currency, Tomestone of Mathematics. You go to Mordona and turn them in, and I had a full stack of 2,000 and converted into 500 of the Heliometry, so looks like a 4-to-1 ratio. And then I've got 205 of the new, because we did roulettes last night. I started the new normal raids for this patch cycle. Oh my gosh, are they fun. Actually, I got through the first one. I didn't even get to the second one, but the first one was hilarious. They have your characters doing all sorts of fun things, so if I can get into that with somebody, I'll do it again. It's crazy. There's a lot to learn in it, but it's fun. It's not too hard. Not easy, but not too hard. And I'm looking forward to seeing what M2, 3, and 4 bring to us. So that should be fun. All right, now to find your next MSQ, you look for this little icon. Of course, you can always click this, next main scenario quest. So there's something actually there now. So we're going to go over to Neon Stein. I have no idea what this MSQ is going to be like. So we are hitting it completely fresh. Oh, there's Aaronville. Let's go talk to him real quick. See what he has to say. I've reached out to a few of my childhood acquaintances, but as we suspected, only those without regulators have any recollection of Morning Queen's Fiend. Oh, yeah. I think we gotta go into the building. Okay, so we gotta go around the corner. Actually, we gotta go in this door here. What does Melancholy have to say? Well, now, how good of you to come and see me again. You're always welcome at the Neon Stein. Adorable. You heading to the back room? Yep. Let's see what these guys have to say to us. Geode. Neo-regulators. I heard the idea came from the citizenry, but something doesn't sit right. We'll look into this. Genalt is our Geralt equivalent. Hey, you ever heard of the Rodina Consortium? I absolutely can't stand that lot, let me tell you. That's why I gave the Nexus Arcade a wide berth. Even the residential district's too close for me liking, so I just crash here. Graha says, though we have too little information to draw any useful conclusions as yet, I dare say the Queen of Reason's behavior henceforth will be illuminating. Galulja. Shale said she left this machine running to process more of the data from the field station. Is it done yet? Ryle said she wishes to catch up on recent events. Titled A Glimmer of the Past. Tirius, your timing could not have been better. If you have a moment, we have some things we'd like to share. Excellent. We'll just wait for Lamati. She should arrive shortly. Uklamat says, Tirius, glad to see you here too. Fryle says, and speak of the devil, let's catch each other up, shall we? Uklamat says, right, I'll go first if nobody minds. I've been back in Tuliolal and spoke with Kona. I told him all about the records left behind by Galuja's mother, as well as Fiend's reappearance. We decided that I should remain in the dome until things settled down more. But while I'm Galuja's guardian, I'm also a foreign ruler. I'll have to take care not to appear as though I'm meddling in Alexandrian politics. That's all for me. Grahatia says, as for the rest of us, we've been keeping track of this new Sphene. She has been making regular appearances before the people, and each time she does, she encourages them to become endless. Alas, much else about her remains a mystery, including how she's chosen to reveal herself now. Geode says, on our end, we've confirmed that only those wearing regulators have had their knowledge of Queen Sphene's death altered. Someone must have tampered with the devices to remove any and all memories of the event. Though we haven't yet identified the perpetrator, given recent events, Sphene is the chief suspect. Kryl adds, many believe that the Queen of Reason is alive and well, and remember her funeral as a memorial for those lost in the attack. Needless to say, this has proven confusing for those with more accurate recollections. That's a very interesting take on things. I mean, I don't know how you would deal with that ethical change. Would have very interesting ramifications. Geode, we'll carry on with our investigation. I'll head to Earth and Sky now and coordinate with our people there. Crassus, there's one more matter, the highlight of this gathering, you might say. We'd like you to meet a certain someone. Uklamat says, by all means, where is this person now? In the break room. She's unwell, and Y'shtola and Alize have been tending to her. They'll be able to explain things. Galuja says, I want to see how she's doing, so I'll come too. The break room is at the end of the hallway through that door. We can go whenever you're ready. We're just gonna stand here and look at the door. Graha says, Elfino and Erinville have taken it upon themselves to attend to the people of Alexandria. Full many are still struggling to deal with recent events, and they hope to make a difference by lending them a sympathetic ear. Kryl says, much as I'd love to join you in the break room, I'd rather not overwhelm our guest with too many new faces. Better to keep investigating the activities of our new Sphene. Yeah, let's go to the break room. Proceed. It's a Sphene clone. Or maybe the original?
What is she doing here? We just heard she was busy spreading talk of becoming endless among the Alexandrians. What's going on here?
She is not who you think she is. Not the Queen of Reason, who has made a miraculous return, but an individual of flesh and blood, possessed of a soul. We chanced upon her in living memory, but she collapsed before we could exchange words. We decided to bring her here for now.
Her body was suffused with lightning ether, which caused a debilitating paralysis. Y'shtola reached out and informed me of her condition, and I came with epoxy as fast as I could. We're now waiting to see if the treatment was effective.
Judging by her appearance, the circumstances of our encounter, and her extreme ethereal aspect, I am all but certain that she is the one from whom the Endless Sphene was created. The original Queen Sphene of Alexandria.
Ooh.
What? But how can that be possible? The real Sphene died of illness 4 centuries ago.
Or so we think.
I died. Whatever do you mean? I am not dead. I'm not. What is this place? Where is everyone? Otis and Zelenia? And who are you people? Calm down. We mean you no harm. You've been unwell, and it wouldn't do to strain yourself. Please, help me. I don't understand any of this.
I don't think I would either if I was like shot 400 years into the future. I can't imagine what it would be like.
Of course. But if I might confirm some things first. You are Queen Sphene of Alexandria, are you not?
Yes. Yes, I am.
And ere you awoke here, you were in another unfamiliar place. Is that correct?
I opened my eyes and saw a strange, dark room. Outside, there were towering buildings, clad in electrope.
You slumbered at the heart of that city for many years, within a facility called the Meso Terminal. Many things have come to pass during that time, some of which you may find upsetting. Are you sure you wish to learn of them?
I mean, do we have a choice at this point, right? How do you withhold that information? How does she not learn about it just by walking around the city?
In that dark room, there was an electrope casket designed to preserve its occupant in cold stasis. Until the terminal and its systems were recently shut down, that was where you were kept, in all likelihood. Since the time of the Old Kingdom, for 4 centuries.
What? Do you speak true? I've been asleep for that long. 400 years.
Our records say that Queen Sphene succumbed to the rampant lightning energies unleashed during the storm surge. But it seems the truth is rather different.
Imagine you fell asleep in 1725. And you wake in or 1625 actually. You wake in 400 years, that is 2025. I mean, imagine just seeing cars. Not to mention computers and airplanes. I mean, it would be completely foreign. All right. Let's talk to these guys. Oh, I love all these little details. I'm gonna look around here real quick. Oh my gosh, they have a little plant on the desk. We're gonna get back to the story in just a moment. Little bedroom. Who has bedrooms in a break room? What would Otis do if he were here? What can I do? Uklamat says, the original Queen's Fiend. We'll tell her what she wants to know, then we'll decide what we need to do. Shale says, we turned up her chamber when we searched the mesoterminal. Safe to say, none of us had anticipated this development. Oh, I imagine not. Vishtola says, the treatment may have been effective, but the road ahead for her remains uncertain. Alize says, to wake up alone in the distant future, and seemingly by no choice of your own. You can hardly blame her for reacting as she did. Yeah, I don't blame her at all. I do not believe that you are lying, so please, tell me everything that has happened. Everything. And, our Warrior of Light is gonna nod and, wave his hand about 2 seconds, and she'll have everything imparted to her. Ishtola says, very well. But let us do so with care, lest we cause you undue strain. Now, while I should like more of us to assist, it isn't practical to gather everyone, so I will summon Grahatia and Cryo for now.
I know this has all been a lot to take in, but how are you feeling? Physically, I mean.
Much better now, thanks to Y'shtola and Alice's ministrations. In fact, I can scarcely remember the last time I felt so hale. I know not how to repay them. Not only for coming to my aid, but for telling me about my kingdom besides.
I don't think they're ones to keep score. Isn't that right?
Y'shtola is the motherly sort? Really? Alize never abandons those in need. They're comrades you can rely on. I'm gonna go with the last one.
He's known those two for a long time. You can trust in his judgment. Besides, you helped to prove that their treatment works here as well. With this success, they'll be able to help others in Alexandria who suffer from the same illness. Few things could make them happier.
True that.
I see. Full glad am I to know that we may cure the affliction after so long. So very long. I steeled myself, having been warned, but it's difficult to come to terms with everything.
Sphene? Maybe going out and seeing it would help. Alexandria as it is now.
Great idea. There's no substitute for seeing things with your own eyes.
Yeah, but what are people gonna do when she goes out like this? It's gonna be very confusing for a lot of people.
That said, there is a chance that you'll run into the other Sphene. Still want to take a look, even so?
Maybe we could put a disguise on her?
It would be a lie to say I do not feel anxious, but I wish to walk among the people, to hear their voices and learn about their realm.
We can go together, or we'll be your escort. I'm gonna go with the first one. Tirius is a little more laid back than Gavtia is.
Truly, I would be honored.
Then allow us to show you the sights.
Thank you, Wuklamat.
Seekers of Eternity. Alright, what does Rook have to say? Come on, we'll give Sveen the grand tour. Uluja says, Sveen asked me not to call her by her title. I understand why, but it feels strange. Alright, let's see what Sveen has to say. Thank you as well, Tirius, for your kindness. The endless Sveen, you knew her, did you not? It may take time for both of us to come to terms with the situation, myself especially, but I recognize what I must. I may still be here, but the world I knew is gone. Oh, let's see what we can take here. Tacos de carne asada? I'll take the creamy alpaca pasta. See if there's anything new. Okay, nothing new. Sveen is eager to see the new Alexandria. Before heading out, I should put on more suitable attire. There's a modern outfit among the items Shale has prepared for me, I believe. If you would wait outside, I should only need a moment. Luke says, all right, take your time. Shale said that she chose the outfit herself. Once I've changed, I shall join you outside. All right. Let's leave the poor girl to get dressed. They did a nice job in here. This really looks cool. I love the little details. Supplies. Have to make supplies. Let's see if our buddies have anything new to say. Shale says, Y'shtola and Alize left for the government sector. They wanted to discuss how to go about treating those afflicted with lightning. Admirable. I don't know how they keep going without so much as a short break. Guluja says, I haven't gone outside in a while. Shale decrypted more of my mother's records, so I've been spending a lot of time reading them. Luke says, even if she can walk, she's still far from fully recovered. We'll have to take care not to push her too hard. Alright, our destination. Looking around.
Apologies for keeping you waiting. I've never worn such clothing before.
Okay. The jean shorts are cute. This thing around her neck is kind of weird, but, you know, whatever.
Oh, that really suits you.
We could say, agreed. It's like you're a different person. It looks ideal for a brisk afternoon stroll. I'll go with the last one.
For one so well-traveled to say that, I feel confident it's perfect for exploring the city.
moment before you head out. Circumstances being what they are, we thought it best to come up with a way to distinguish you from the other Sphenes, and we should probably settle on this now rather than later.
I suppose it could get pretty confusing.
First, we propose calling you simply Sphene. As for the former Queen of Reason, Endless Sphene should suffice.
What about the new one who's been addressing the citizens?
Despite being the spitting image of Endless Sphene, we know she's a different entity. So we were thinking of calling her a simulant, after imitation stones.
I see. Well, they're definitely not the same. And that's as good a way as any to draw a distinction. But what do you think, Sphene? Is that all right with you?
Rest assured, I have no objections. When I am in the city, however, I intend to keep both my face and name secret. For the people of today's Alexandria know only the Endless Sphene.
We're sorry to subject you to such ignominy.
No, I myself would rather not invite complications, so it is quite all right. Thank you for your concern, Shale. Let us be off then. I am in your capable hands.
That you are. First, we'll head to the entrance of Solution 9.
Good idea. We should start from scanning Port 9. I'll do my best to explain things.
Shale says, as long as we keep Sphene's identity under wraps, it should be safe enough to walk around the city. Still, we can't be too cautious while the simulant's off doing whatever it is she's doing. Do take care out there. Alright. Do you have anybody else back here that we need to talk to? Nope. Alright. Speak with the Galuja at the information center. Okay. I'm gonna take a tour of the city. Book says, so you've been to Tuligo Lao. Were you able to meet with your friend? Exuberant citizen says, I was. Things were a bit awkward at first. She's still so young after all, but before long we were talking up a storm. We had so much fun, just like old times. Oh yeah, because they're like 25 years in the future. 25 years passed in the dome. And no time passed outside. Alright. Sphene is kind of hiding herself. I see why they had the big hood there. Okay. So, this is Alexandria. Despite being inside a tower, it feels as though I'm out in the open. And though the sights are nothing like I remember, Electrope is still everywhere I look. This is a strange yet familiar place. Galuja says, that lady wants to talk with Lamati, so while they're busy, I'll tell you about what we can see from here. Is there any place that interests you? Sphene says, there are so very many, but I can't decide where to begin. Then why don't we let Tirius choose? Following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Well, we don't have any going. Explain the sights to Sphene. Tell Sphene about the city. Let's start with Wuklamant in the Alexandrian city. Citizen. Ucha says, the lady talking to Lamati just came back from Tuliolao. It was her first time since being trapped in the barrier 30 years ago. Okay, 30, not 25 years. Sorry. She has family in Alexandria now, so she had to return. But the train made it safe and easy for her to make the journey, and it's all thanks to everyone's hard work. Sveen says, there was once a railroad connecting Alexandria and neighboring Lindblum, but operations were suspended when relations deteriorated. Eventually, the tracks were removed entirely. To see that a railroad now connects us to our new neighbors is gratifying. Especially considering that our history began with war, with Alexandria the aggressor. In continuing to strive for peace, Tuliyolal's leaders have shown great magnanimity, and I can't help but be moved. Okay, Lay Node 9. Blue Justice, if you attune to Lay Node 9, you can teleport back here anytime you want. You can also use it to teleport to other locations in Solution 9. It makes it easy to get around. Sveen says, that's the mode of travel that utilizes ether currents, yes? We had the same in my time. But when the storm surge broke out, such nodes were sealed off to prevent enemy use. And after the war, the etheric balance across the entire world had collapsed. Not only was travel outside the barrier ill-advised, the act of teleportation itself had become dangerous. We had to abandon the nodes altogether. It is heartening to see them available again for the use of one and all. Government sector. Guluja says, in the government sector, there's a counter where citizens can get matched to jobs. There's also a soul exchange, but no one goes there much these days since there aren't many souls in circulation. Sveen says, I'm unsure how I feel about regulators and the treatment of souls as a resource. I understand the grief of those who have lost loved ones, and the desire to escape the sorrow of death. Even so, I would never wish to forget my parents, Otis, Selenia. I want to remember them all. I'm reluctant to impose my personal beliefs upon others, though. Nexus Arcade. Guluja says, there are lots of different shops at the Nexus Arcade selling everything you need. It's always full of people out doing their shopping. The Endless Fiend gave Tirius and Lamati a tour of the place. I remember watching them from a distance. Sveen says, the castle town I knew had a main thoroughfare that was lined with shops. Whenever I visited, the citizens would come and speak with me about matters great and small. Just like that lady is doing now with Luke Lamont. Guluja says, thanks for your help, Tirius. I hope Just Fiend will feel at home here one day. Fiend says, the joy of spying stars between faint gaps in the clouds is absent here, but 'tis a fine thing to be sheltered from the thunder and rain. Uklamont says, sorry about that. I got a bit carried away with the conversation. It's all right. Tirius and I told her about the places we can see from here. Wook says, really? That's great. Right then, why don't we stroll through the residential sector and then stop at Mosaic? We can take a break there. I wonder what Leander has to say over here. Anything? Come what may, so long as I have customers, I will continue to fulfill their needs. Now then, can I interest you in a packet of angel snacks? Alright, where do we gotta speak with Wook again? In Mosaic. Nexus Arcade is probably the closest. You get to see the new sprint and jog in action. Jog, effect ends upon entering battle. What does Delia have to say? Welcome to Mosaic. When you're ready to order, just let me know. Ooh, Jess says, what should I get? It's a kid. Always hungry. Sphene says, I understand this cafe was named for the different races who appear as a mosaic of colors when they gather here. What an inspired idea. Ukulamat says, we've been walking for a while. Let me just start that again. Ukulamat says, we've been walking for a while, so let's rest our feet, eh? Drinks are on me. Sphene, Tirius, the two of you go ahead and order first.
So many different drinks. I can't decide. Ooh. I'll have this, please. A Dali coffee.
Of course. I should warn you, though. Dali beans are an older variety known for their strong bitterness. Still want one?
The bitterness is the best part. Have you decided as well?
Sweet cocoa with extra cream on top. Something healthy. Vegetable juice, perhaps. I'll have the same.
Two Dali coffees then. The beans make for dark roasts that are quite aromatic. I find the sharp flavor invigorating, though a dash of milk can be a wonderful complement.
I'll have your drinks ready in a moment.
Got my coffee right here. Modern coffee cups.
They're certainly well liked. It's a wonderful feeling, spending time with the people. But they're not my people anymore, are they? Their city, their way of life, even the ground upon which they tread. I am a stranger to it all. The weight of the long years is finally beginning to sink in.
Your Majesty, is that you?
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I am not Queen Sphene, though I'm often told we look alike.
There you are. How many times have I told you not to go off alone? I'm sorry he bothered you, Mom. Come now, we're going home.
Bye! Not Queen Sphene!
I do not know that boy, nor does he know me. No one does. Another harsh reminder that I have no place here. Yet, no matter how much things have changed, I am happy. I am. For Alexandria has endured. Our sacrifice was not in vain. Even so, I cannot help but feel lonely.
Let's talk to Sphene. Let's not click on myself. Sphene looks at you apologetically. Oh, we get materia out of this. Nice. Forgive me, I didn't mean to darken the mood. Still, I feel better for having shared my feelings with you. Thank you. Uklamat says, I'm sorry I'm not being much of a guide. I don't usually get approached this often. Sphene says, it's quite all right. The people have been through so much. It's only natural for them to seek comfort and assurance from someone they trust. Besides, I was able to relax with a delicious cup of coffee and have a lovely chat with Tirius. Rook says, I appreciate you understanding. Right then, where to next? We could take a look inside the Nexus arcade, but it can probably wait for when we actually need something. Galuja says, in that case, let's head back to the recreation zone. There's plenty to see on True View. Uklamat says, hey, are you all right? Stricken citizen. Sphene says, he was this way when we arrived. Galuja says, he looks pale. We need to find a place for him to rest. Stricken citizen says, thank you. I was on my way to attend to some business when the memory of being killed here came flooding back. The danger is past, I know, but the terror lingers. For all the comfort I've offered others in my work, I can't seem to comfort myself. Do you have anything new to say? The regulators and souls they used to spare themselves the horror of death ended up subjecting them to it over and over again. If only we'd come to their aid sooner. But we're here now. We can offer this man the comfort he can't give himself. Bean says, he may be physically none the worse for wear, but unseen wounds also require time to heal. Galuja says, I see. When the soldiers attacked, he... Stricken citizen says, try as I might, I can't shake this fear. My courage has completely deserted me. Citizen is overcome with fear. He may need something to rally his spirits to recover. You can just hit the button up top here. Oh my god. Forgot that was the emote. Thank you. I feel better already. Your encouragement was exactly what I needed. Malachite says, but where are my manners? My name is Malachite, and I am an usher. An usher? They're the ones who came to those without long to live, right? But given everything that's happened, I expect your duties have changed. Malachite says, that's correct. We no longer attend to the dying. It is only after they have passed away in their family's care that we convey their remains to a government storage facility. A storage facility? What for? Malachite says, henceforth we must inter the deceased, but as the specifics are undecided, the bodies must be kept in cold storage for the time being. Uklamat says, I didn't know. I had heard there were graveyards over by the submerged city, but like funerals, burial customs must be long forgotten. Galuja says, did you have usher duties? If so, we could help. Malachite says, I'm not actually here in an official capacity, so I'm loath to trouble you further, but since you asked, I shall explain why I've come. I've taken to delivering the personal effects of the departed to their families. Even though their memories have been entrusted to the cloud, I still remember where they once lived. The rule was to dispose of any belongings. To do anything else was strictly forbidden, but it saddened me to see them discarded like waste, so I began secreting away what I could. Of course, I understand that not everyone shares my sentiments, and I leave it to the families to decide what to do with these items. Some accept my deliveries, others reject them. Whether I'm doing the right thing, I cannot say, but I feel the family should be given the choice. Galuja says, oh, they didn't have it before then. It's important to think about what people leave to us. I want to help. Galuja says, do you want to help too, Sirius? Of course. Deliveries happen to be my specialty. We've made many deliveries over the course of this game. Malachite says, I'm truly grateful. Now there are 4 items to be delivered here in the recreation zone. I leave them in your care. In the meantime, I will head to the residential sector to make deliveries there. After you finish, please meet me back here. I would like to know the family's reaction. Glamat says, you know, there have been people in Tuliola who had similar episodes due to the trauma of the siege. Would you mind if I went with Malachite just to keep an eye on him? Only if you can handle those deliveries without me, of course. Galuja says, it's fine. I'm sure he'll be happy for the company. Thumbs up. Galuja says, come, let's deliver these keepsakes to the families. Spin says, so there are 4 items in total to deliver? Right. 3 for people on Trueview and 1 for someone over by the Neon Stein. Let's visit them in that order. Spin says, might I trouble you to do the talking, Tirius? I fear my voice may betray my identity. Galuja says, lead the way. We'll be right behind you. Sphene and Galuja are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. So we're going to be running around. You can leave your quest companions behind by entering a different area or by speaking with them and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have your companions join you again, return and speak with them at the original location. So here by Trueview, I think. I believe you can still port around using the Ethernet, so you don't have to worry about that part too much. And I'm looking for these little meeting spots, because they'll have little conversations there for us. Discuss true. And what is small talk? I heard before about ushers clearing out the homes that had departed. No wonder he started thinking about their belongings. Discuss Trueview. The people around Trueview seem scary at first, but most of them are really kind. When I see someone passed out on the street now, I worry if they'll be alright. Let's do small talk. Even though they're gone, the mementos of our loved ones give us the means to reconnect with them in spirit. I'm sure the people who receive these items will treasure them greatly. She's not wrong. She's not wrong. You know, sometimes even a little memento is nice to have. It just kind of connects you with someone who's meant a great deal to you in the past. The way the buildings are all in a row reminds me of the old castle town. Lively as it is here, I can see why Oblivion can blend in. Alright, energetic citizen. Is there something you need? Wrapped keepsake entrusted to you by Malachite. This keepsake has been carefully wrapped for delivery. Ah, so Malachite sent you. He was very considerate. When he offered to bring me the keepsake, he stressed that I didn't have to accept it if I felt uncomfortable. I see why some would say no, but I couldn't do that, not when it's something that belonged to my parents, who I understand now I will never see again. Having spare souls won't save us from the inevitable. There's always been the case, or that's always been the case, but now I find myself wondering about this and that. Like, how much longer can I afford to muck around with my brothers? But I won't bore you with my ramblings. Thanks for bringing me the keepsake, and give my regards to Malachite. Disconcerted citizen. Oh, hello, do I know you? Ah, so this is the keepsake. Truth be told, I've been wavering as to whether or not I should accept it. I mean, it belonged to someone that died. It got me thinking about what we did to Tulio Law. I didn't even know we'd killed so many of their people, not until the funeral. What if they decide to retaliate? Galuja says, Namati Wuklamat would never do that. She and everyone in Tulio Law know that my father was to blame for the attack, not the Alexandrian people. Oh, dear, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you speak ill of your father. It's just, I can't stop worrying about death, and hearing that they're running out of neo-regulators makes it worse. I don't know what to do anymore. Brooding citizen. What is it? If you're trying to sell me something, I'm not interested. Wrapped keepsake. Oh, you brought the keepsake. Thank you. I've been looking forward to this, hoping that it might help me remember, but no such luck, it seems. The owner is dead, and they'll never become one of these endless Queen's Fiend tells us about. It's a sad thought. Even so, I'm not sure I want to become endless myself. If they're made by putting your memories into a new body made of ether, doesn't that mean you yourself still have to die first? The thought of not having to worry about souls was appealing, so I was happy to receive a neo-regulator, but I've only had doubts since then. If Queen's Fiend herself recommends it, I want to believe that all will be well, but still. Oh, sorry. I need to clear my head. That's everyone on True View. Let's go to Neostein. Fiend's floating in the air, along with my cat, little kitten. Cute. Lulu just says, discuss the vending machines. Yenolt's favorite energy tonic is a special formula, not like the ones they sell here. I want to try one, but Shale won't let me. When you're 18, kid, you can. Oh no, 20. 21. 21. Special energy tonic. So you can purchase beverages from these machines? That's wonderful. I've always believed that technology should be developed for the benefit of the people. He's usually so punctual. Easy now, gotta make this look natural. Lively citizen. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Oh, right, this. Can't say it stirs any memories, but it does feel familiar somehow. You know, you look familiar yourself. Where do I know you from? Ah, of course, you're the unenhanced challenger. No, champion. I can't stress how incredible it is what you've achieved without using feral souls. It's a genuine honor to meet you, though not for the first time, I realize. It was at the infusion station in the government sector, and it wasn't my finest moment, as you might recall. What do you say? You're the Arcadian fighter who was desperate for souls. You're the one who yelled its fiend to your face, or are you sure we've met before? Alright. You're the one I'm gonna go with that one, because I think I'll have Gav say the other one. apologized, didn't I? I was so desperate then, I wasn't thinking straight. Anyway, seeing as we're meeting properly now, the name's Lathander. I used to fight in the Arcadian, but not anymore. I took Queen Sphne's words to heart and found a new job, one where I can put my knowledge of physical conditioning to use. As you know, lots of people were badly hurt when the mechanical soldiers malfunctioned, and I've been assisting with their rehabilitation. It's not something I ever imagined myself doing, but here we are. Gulu just says, not many people can help others like you can. I think it's great what you're doing. So he's a physical therapist now, okay. Thanks. It's encouraging to hear that. There's this fellow who has to learn how to walk all over again. Becoming endless would solve his problems, but he's determined to overcome them the hard way with the body he's got. Seeing that gave me a newfound appreciation for my own body. It's a gift from my parents, a sturdy thing that's survived the arena, and I need to take better care of it. Blue Justice, I'm the only blue-scaled Hubigo besides my father. Lama T once told me that. I don't know how my father felt about it, and there are times when it hurts to think about the things we share. Still, I don't want to lose that. Even if I could look the same as an endless, I would never throw away this body. Lathander says, most people would find it hard to do so, I imagine, but the thought makes me feel uncomfortable about the whole becoming endless affair. But I need to get back to work. It was nice talking to you, and thanks for the delivery. I'll take the tenacity one. Beluja says, I'm glad I'm the way I am. It's my parents' gift to me and how I was able to learn more about them and about myself. A jewel shattered. Sphene is eager to tell Malachite of your success. I believe that takes care of the deliveries. Thank you for taking charge, Tirius. From what I've seen and heard, 'tis plain the people held their queen in high regard. And the simulant has exploited their love and admiration to win over so very many. Come, let us report to Malachite. He should be back at the north of the recreation zone. All right. You'll never guess what turned up the city the other day. I'm still jogging. Cool. Ulu just says, Malachite seems to be doing better. Sphene says, those we spoke with all harbored anxiety towards death. 'Tis hardly an unnatural sentiment to have, and yet... Well, no, nobody wants to die. Well, it's not normal to want to die anyway. Or, yeah, that's what I tried to say. Uklamat says, done with your deliveries. We've just gotten back ourselves. Malachite says, thank you for your assistance. With this, every delivery I had planned for today is accounted for. The reactions I received were mixed. While some were glad, others decided they did not want the items after all. How was your experience? Beluja says, everyone accepted their items, but they all felt differently about them. One person couldn't remember the keepsake's owner, and another couldn't stop worrying about their own death. Malachite says, I see, it's difficult indeed to predict how people may behave when confronted with reminders of loss. Of late, I've come to believe that we are each of us the sum of the moments we've shared with our loved ones. And when they passed away and we lost our memories of those people, we lost a part of ourselves. It's a thought that saddens me to no end. If our memories of the departed are no longer to be entrusted to the cloud, I wish that those already taken could be returned to us. Well, my friends, I must resume my formal duties. My thanks again for your aid. Malachite speaks true. Our memories are what define us. They form the path we walked to be where we are. My endless self, I expect, was much alike me. Try that again. My endless self, I expect, was much alike to me in the beginning. But I cannot become like her no more than she could become like me. For once our paths diverged, so too did our lives and experiences. Luke says, that's true, but if we start from the same place, we all have different journeys. At some point, things like our goals and our ways of thinking are bound to change. Sphene says, the Endless Sphene was one possibility, a version of myself who made choices I want to believe I never would. I'm beginning to come to terms with the fact I did, though. Huh, is that? The simulant. Creepy music there. She was looking straight at us, and if I didn't know better, I'd say she wanted us to follow her. I have a bad feeling about this, and we might not have another chance to figure out what she's up to. We're going after her, right? Whether we want to or not, we are. I have a bad feeling about this. I love the Star Wars reference there. Let's go follow our bad feeling. Galuja says, that was my first time seeing the simulant. Though she was smiling, something about her scared me. Yeah, the creepy music didn't help. Sphene says, 'tis a strange feeling pursuing one's spitting image. Where does she want us to go, I wonder? Luke says, the simulant headed into the street over there. The neon stein is that way. Let's hurry. I'm gonna put some food on just in case. Luja says, I don't like this. Neither do I, kid. Neither do I. I don't like bringing you into combat zone either. What is she up to? Luke says, did we lose her?
Not here. Let's press on, if only a little further.
Uh-oh.
Hey, are you all right?
So he didn't die. Vexing, but expected.
Oh, my.
That was about the strongest bolt we can produce within Everkeep. What now?
We obtain more precise measurements. Narrow the range of variables to avoid unnecessary trial and error. That is the most expeditious course of action.
I know that voice. You there! Yes, you! We have important business with you. We left something in your keeping. The key to interdimensional fusion. You will kindly return it to us, yes?
How about no? You asked me that after you tried to kill me? How about no? Just hell no.
Now that you mention it, the other way around may have been more appropriate.
You think? You think? Maybe ask nicely next time.
If I had the key, I wouldn't need to be cruel and turn away so many people. Far more than 5,000 could become endless and know eternal happiness.
What? You mean to steal ether from other worlds again?
All is for the sake of his experiments. Twas for that reason, you know, that the previous me created the Endless. I pity her. She was forced to attempt the impossible, to turn every soul who dies into an Endless, even though there's no end to them. Admittedly, that was part of the plan. Her desperation would drive her to claim the key and use it. And sure enough, she did just that. I know you had a soft spot for her, Lamachi. So for what it's worth, I'm truly sorry.
No, you're not.
Alas, we are naught more than pawns. Pieces in his grand design.
Don't you dare make light of her love for her people. Don't you dare!
Strike me down if you wish. I shall be made anew. And I doubt many would look kindly upon the vow of resolve of Tuliolol if she attacked a neighboring queen, and not for the first time. Would you be willing to accept the repercussions?
Damn you!
Alright, you can say, what is the objective of these experiments, or what do you stand to gain by making everyone endless? That is a question I actually wanted to ask.
You're speaking to me.
Yes?
Our goal is to usher in the next phase of mankind's evolution. Since time immemorial, life has used death to facilitate adaptation in an ever-changing environment. The old and infirm are weeded out, allowing the species to thrive. Generational succession. This has been our survival strategy. Yet, this strategy has long since reached its practical limit. It is outdated. It relies on progeny, which gives rise to unchecked population growth. Resources become scarce, invariably leading to conflict. All the while, death is ever present and robs our species of untold potential.
Like, did you notice he has a compass here?
Where man now stands in his evolution, bodies of flesh no longer make sense. What we must strive for next is carefully managed, eternal preservation.
Calyx! You're Calyx, aren't you?
You know him?
The young genius who had mastered electrope technology. He founded the scientific collective known as Preservation and devoted himself to developing a cure for the paralysis which plagued our people. Calyx, you always had your gaze set upon the future, and I know you do now. But I beg you, do not deceive the people of Alexandria. Do not manipulate them with this imitation forged from my memories. Well, how rude. Yet, whatever you may say, I'm the one whom the people regard as queen. You may have worn the crown for a few years, but now you are no one. Just a frail, fleshy version of me that could die at any moment. The kingdom has no use for such as you.
Is that a threat?
Our demand is simple. Surrender the key. Refusal will necessitate consequences.
Creepy music there. Love it. What a cruel thing to say to Sphene. Yeah. Surrender or die, you know, basically. Nothing positive to say at all. She of the eternal positive. Are you alright, Tirius? Forgive me. I was once able to use healing spells, but my long slumber appears to have sapped my magical reserves. It's frustrating to be so powerless. But perhaps I must accept my newfound limitations. Does he have anything new? Sphene has a pained look in her eyes. Sphene says, Alexandria has no need for Queen Sphene. It's the Queen of Reason, my endless counterpart, that they love. And although it's a hard truth to accept, it is nevertheless the truth. I must find a new way to serve. Galuja says, you're not alone, and together we can get through anything. Uklamat says, well said, and it just so happens that something that only you can do right this moment. Let's start with Calyx. What can you tell us about him? He was a prodigy who specialized in the field of electrope and made his mark during the storm surge. Yet, even as he basked in the admiration of his peers, he struggled with an illness he had from birth, which left him with precious little time to live. For him to still be here 4 centuries on, I think it's safe to assume that he too has become an endless. Luke says, I see. Well, we're somewhat familiar with preservation. I never imagined we'd cross paths with one of them like this. You know about preservation? We do. They're supposed to have created Everkeep's core systems, as well as the Endless Fiend. Sphene says, did they? All while I was slumbering. Luja says, the members of Oblivion have spent a lot of time investigating preservation. We should head to the back room and tell them what's happened. All right, the meeting. Speak with Kryl in the back room. You're heading to the back room? Yep. Sveen says, to think that Kryl's parents were once members of Preservation. Raha says, we heard about the ambush. You seem to have weathered it well, but try to avoid straining yourself. Do you hear me? Raha, sweet. Ukumat says, we've given the others a summary, but we can wait on the details if you need some rest. Uluja says, are you feeling all right? Shale says, the sign might yield some clues. Kryl. Not me, not me. Click on Kryl.
We've heard what happened. So, preservation has revealed itself at last.
And using the key, they mean to turn even more people into Endless. It seems safe to assume that they too intend to steal ether from the other reflections. But unlike the previous Sphene, they have no intention of saving everyone. Calyx, of all people, would know precisely how much ether is required to sustain an Endless. Thus, he is able to set a realistic limit to their creation, without being swayed by emotion.
Carefully managed, eternal preservation. Whether or not this can be considered an evolution, 'tis plain that man's very existence would be forever changed.
Say, if this Calyx is as brilliant a scientist as everyone says, could he have been the one who erased everyone's memories of Endless Sphene's death?
That is a possibility, though I cannot speak to his motives.
Though Calyx has outright stated his ultimate goal, how his actions will further this agenda remains unclear. That said, we have seen how anxiety towards death continues to spread amongst Alexandrians. Perhaps the simulant stokes this fear to entice them to become endless.
Everyone is afraid of death. We try to put it out of our minds, and I do not blame the people for feeling as they do. Nonetheless, I wish to stop the simulant. I wish to do what I can for those who believe in their queen. Although I wear no crown, were I to forsake the people, then I would truly have no place here.
I don't know if this will help in that endeavor, but I've found something interesting. When I analyzed the sign that Calyx appeared on, I was able to determine the source of transmission. I traced it back to a terminal used only by Preservation, located in the Foundation sector.
Foundation sector? That came up in my mother's records, didn't it? It's where the old castle was hidden.
Everkeep was built atop the castle of the former kingdom. Access to the immediate area, the Foundation sector, is highly restricted, with map data accordingly classified.
The old castle is inside this tower.
It's an ideal place for Preservation to conceal a terminal, I must say. Having existed since the Storm Surge, they would be familiar with the castle's layout.
But I wonder, would someone so versed in electrope, such as Calyx, be so careless as to leave a trail?
Oh, I expect he intended for us to find the terminal.
It may be a trap, but it's our only lead. What do you think, my friend?
If we have a lead, I say we follow it. We can't leave them to their own devices. I think a little revenge is in order. Tirius is not a revengeful kind of guy, so, we can't leave them to their own devices.
No, we cannot. We must learn exactly what he is plotting.
If you're set on this course of action, I'll work on getting you access to the Foundation sector. Sit tight for now.
Please, let me come with you. I may not possess any special skills, but I know the castle better than any. So please.
All right. If that's what you want, then we go together. The rest of us will take point and secure the way, and we'll count on you to guide us in the castle.
Speak with Crow in the back room. Okay. What does Graha have to say? In the world of Sphyn's memories, the town was already submerged. Given their dire circumstances, I expect the people considered stripping the castle for materials to rebuild. For the structure to endure even now, it speaks to its importance to the Alexandrians, as well as their resilience. Shale. Let's talk to Shale. I'm working on securing a route to the Foundation sector. Please sit tight for a while. Ryle. Calyx determines how many will become endless, but leaves the choice of who in the hands of the people. Is this his idea of fairness, or does he simply not care? Perhaps he considers all to be worthy of salvation? Oh, but it's too early for such speculation. Rukelmat says, "At last we have a plan. Let's make it count." Uluja says, "According to the records from Ueawada, my mother was investigating orogenics for her own research into souls. There was map data for orogenics in the records, and that's how we learned about the castle in the Foundation sector." Okay. Thank you for allowing me to accompany you. It may take time for me to find my place in this new Alexandria, but I will, slowly but surely. Anything new from her? The castle was once my home. I shall do my utmost to be of use on this mission. Do you have anything else? Okay, nope. Alright, Shale, give it to us. Descent to the Foundation. Shale's eager to get on with it. Ah, I missed that. Right, I believe I've plotted a viable route to the Foundation sector. As we don't have much information on the area, I'll come along and gather geographic data on site. You can leave the navigating to me. Galuja says, I'll stay behind this time, but let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Shell says, Oblivion is fortunate to have a capable adapter like you, Galuja. And no matter what the future holds, your knowledge of Electrope is bound to serve you well. With such dependable support here, we may embark on our mission. Come, let's head to the lift in the government sector. Be safe out there. I wonder what the clerk says. Verifying registration number. Verification complete. Welcome, guest of Queen Sphyn. This is Resolution, the operational center of Solution 9. If you have any queries, please present yourself at the counter inside the facility. Cadmus, I spoke with my fiancée and she wanted me to find a job that gives me plenty of time to spend with her. Well, I just submitted my application. Not much I do now, but wait and see what the future has in store for us. What does Philomena say? Under normal circumstances, this facility deals with work-related inquiries, but after recent events, our purview has broadened somewhat. Currently, our most pressing task is alleviating the citizens' anxiety. Kind of a cute outfit there. Next says, this is the elevator hall. Access is restricted for those without official authorization. Thank you for your understanding. Sphene says, from here, we head to the very bottom of Everkeep. I can't help but feel nervous returning it there after so long. Ryle says, though it was but from a distance, I remember the sight of Alexandria's castle in the virtual domain. I wonder how it looks now compared to then. Lift attendant? Everything has been arranged for your passage to the Foundation sector. Alright, Wuklamat says, Oblivion's gotten us permission to use the lift. It's nice when things can move quickly. Calyx has all but invited us, so we must assume that we are expected. Shale says, there's no direct lift to the Foundation sector, so we'll have to transfer to another on the way. If we take the wrong lift, we'll end up in the wrong sector, so be sure to follow her instructions. According to Tishel Jah's records, the tower is divided into inner and outer sections below Orogenics. The castle is at the heart of the intersection. Says, so, upon arriving at the Foundation sector, we need to make our way inwards. Chill. Tirius, take this communicator with you. It's been modified to track your coordinates, so I'll be guiding you as I collect data. Uklamatsu, sounds like we're all set. Let's get going. The Underkeep now accessible. New regular duty has been added. Alright. Small talk. Though we are taking a risk, the far greater danger would be to wait. This time, let us take the battle to Calyx. Uklamat says, Calyx uses the people's love for Sphene to further his own schemes. We can't allow him to do so any longer. Whatever it takes, we'll find and stop him. Sphene, I shall follow close behind with Shale. Ryle says, it would be better if this foray was uneventful, but that would be a naive hope. Better to expect the worst. Alright. Form a party and enter the Underkeep. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Oh.
I won't let you down. I stand ever ready.
Let's get to it.
Oh, I didn't know they talk.
I won't let you down. I stand ever ready.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna do it with a party of NPCs. Might be a little slower, but we won't have to wait for queues, and I can take my time and go through it like I want to. Alright. Beautiful piano work.
There are beasts ahead of you. No must have gotten in and made themselves at home.
What does Graha say? Alright, they don't have anything to say. Achievements? What do we got in the area? Alright. Make sure you have food on. Okay. That extra percent helps a lot. We could go farther and pull bigger, but I don't know how good these NPCs are at doing their thing. Oh, we're gonna get out of that. I could enshroud, but I'm building the stacks because I want to save it for the boss battle. If all else fails, if you feel like you're getting lost, like there's usually a map, like on your mini map here, it'll show where you're at. I wonder if we yeah, we can jump down there. Why not?
Nearby that leads inside. Look for an opening.
Sediment trough. Now to put my time training on the beach to good use. Okay. He's hooked to something there. There you are. I'm gonna burn this. I'll be able to build those stacks again.
Allow me. Allow me.
Alright, coming up to the boss fight.
I'm detecting something big. You'll have to deal with it to continue on.
Alright, we ready? It's been using this chamber as its lair. Wukumon says, whoa, that's a big bug. Yeah. Alright, peeps, let's go. Uh-oh. It's moving along the pipes. Ah, there you are. On your guard, everyone. Chilling chirp. Ah. Earth Song? Here it comes again! You know, just follow them where they go. Tank buster on. Ooh. Okay, her song is probably gonna put those balls around down again. I have no idea how to read that yet. Oh, what did I get? Underkeep headgear. What's that look like? Kind of like a weird half helmet. Okay. Can't go anywhere else. Okay. We're gonna get blow dried, you know, get rid of our sweat that we built while we were fighting. Kind of look around. Ah, I see the castle here. I'm gonna build my stacks up again.
Allow me.
I like to have this bar built up as much as possible before going into a boss fight. And get all my enshrouds. But wait, there's more!
Construction was apparently a constant battle against the rising water level. Even during the war, the people labored to maintain the castle. It meant a lot to them. It's upsetting to think that Preservation's terminal is in this place.
Hold on. Someone's got communications. Stay alert.
Allow me.
Ah, but wait, we have more.
Let us measure your strength.
That voice. Calyx? Alright. Tank Buster. Increasing limiters. Ouch. Don't be afraid to use like Faint and Arcane Crest, you know, whatever your defensive cooldowns or mitts, they call them mitigations. Be afraid to use those. They'll help you take less damage. I have no idea which side we're supposed to go on. Ah, okay. Buster again. Sector by sector. Just kill him. It was following orders.
That was hardly a challenge, I see. You will show me
It's an even
more.
fiercer machine. Wait us.
I bid you press on.
It's hardly a challenge, I see. You will show me more. I bid you press on. Fine by me. If he wants a show, we'll give him one. We get underkeep gloves of scouting and a wristband of fending. This looks kind of cool, actually. Alright. Check your food buff periodically if you're getting low. When you're doing this, go on your favorite class. Just do your favorite thing. You usually perform your best on your favorite class. Oh, what a fright it's a... Ah. Gotta look around here real quick. Oh, nice. The detailing on this is so nice. Oh, I love decorative scroll work. It's very Baroque. Suppose we go up the stairs since we can't go anywhere else. Purple crystals for candles. That's kind of a neat touch. The carpet is worn. Nice. Nice. I wonder what these pictures are. See, you can't do this kind of stuff when you're in a party because people will get ticked off. It's like, what the heck are we waiting for? Okay. These pictures are all the same. Repeats of some of the other ones. Alright. But wait, there's more. Come on, Luke, bring them together. Alright, you know, in some dungeons they just don't put a lot of effort into the surroundings, right? They just, you know, because people aren't going to see it nearly as often as they are, like, you know, areas you're always in, like, you know, the main cities, or, like the main fleet ship on Star Wars The Old Republic, where I spent a lot of time. Great game. Looking at some more of these pictures. They got some new ones here. Oh, we've been to some of these places. We've seen them in their worn out kind of situation. Whoop, let's get out of that. Yeah, guys, don't run through the middle of that. Jeez. I'm gonna hold on to my shrouds. Run amok is the name of that skill. Ooh. Ah, the door has opened for us.
You are untroubled thus far, but I have something that may test you yet.
See if they have any new images for us. Alright. Clear the retro level. Chamber of Patience. Indefatigable Defense. Valia Pura.
We still lack sufficient data. Very well. Let us see how you perform against this.
Okay, we're fighting a coffin. Alright.
This machine has long guarded these crumbling halls.
Tropic Spear.
How will you handle this?
Uh-oh. We gotta stay out of something. Oh, no, that one got me.
Let us introduce more weaponry. Let us see what this is.
You can have your circles overlapping, you just cannot stand in them.
To assess your adaptability.
That was a line stack.
For you to die here, it would save me trouble later.
Turrets activate. Okay.
Beginning to understand how you were able to defeat Queen Eternal.
Don't be in the yellow. Thank God Graha survived. Alright. We did it!
That will do. We have enough to proceed with an analysis.
Tirius does not look happy there. There was no yay or anything. Alright, our companions have nothing to say, so... Ah. I might do that a couple more times with Trust just to learn that fight better.
Calyx was measuring our strength. Is that why he contrived to lead us here?
It looks like we've cleared away the machines and beasts. But who knows what else he might have in store. From here on out, Sven and Shale will move with us. Let's find that terminal, but stay alert for more threats.
Run with me, friend, towards the danger.
Before my illness left me bedridden, I used to walk through here on my way to watch Otis and Zelenia train. You knew Otis, if I'm not mistaken. Zelenia was his second in command in the Royal Knights of Alexandria. Oh, how I loved to see the two of them spar. I once dreamed of fighting by their side, so I studied the magical arts under my tutor. But when I was 15, the storm surge broke out, and both my father and mother passed away. As the new queen, I was forbidden from taking to the battlefield, for our nation would fracture had I died without a successor. Though in the end I could barely move, I regret that I didn't go out there and fight. At least while I still could. My endless self lamented not being able to protect the realm with benevolence. 'Tis a feeling to which I can relate.
Sven.
Ah, forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to darken the mood. Come, let us press on.
This is one big castle, though. How far does this hallway go? Do you know, Sven?
Uh-oh.
What?
What happened?
Oh, this is not good.
Oh, it seems our guest brought company.
She's back.
So this was your doing? It was. We installed a teleporter that is triggered by the presence of the key, you see? Ah, I'm afraid etheric transmissions cannot penetrate the walls of the throne room. It will take your friends a good while to find you.
I confess the Valia Pira did not suffice to assess your capabilities. So I shall try something else. You are free to use anything at your disposal.
Ooh.
The better you fight, the more accurate my data.
I love being a,
Obtaining a precise measure of your strength. That is the most expeditious way to reclaim the key to which you so stubbornly cling.
Ah, noble Zelenia, dashing as ever. These villains mean to do us harm. Strike them down, I bid you.
I just love being, a little mouse in their maze of experimentation, right?
What? This machine is Zelenia? Indeed it is. We couldn't preserve her memories while she lived, so she has been reconstructed from our recollections of her. The endless me being created in answer to the earnest desires of Alexandrians. That I can accept. But to twist the memories of those I held dear and treat them as playthings. This disgrace I cannot abide! Loath though I am to comply with their demands, this monstrosity must be destroyed. Not least of all for Zelenia's honor. If she was indeed created from my memories, even if I cannot fight, I may be able to offer you counsel. So please, lend me your strength and end this farce.
There it is.
No, you can't have our crystal. Recollection now accessible. That's the next trial. We'll have to queue up for that one. I'm gonna take a little break for a little bit. Alright. Back in a few. Hey, here we go. This music is amazing.
I am Zelenia Triantafili, Royal Knight of Alexandria, and sworn blade of Her Majesty the Queen. Upon my blade I swear, no harm shall come to Her Highness.
You will not defile Zelenia's memory any longer.
Feel the
You must keep moving.
Oh, that got me.
How about you?
Work should be recreated so faithfully.
I will suffer none to threaten Alexandria! Heavens roar! Fall!
Capable of much, much more.
Oh, good, I just gave him all much more.
I will show you the soul of a royal knight!
Okay, you can't use arm lengths on that one. Make sure you're standing in the center.
For the honor and glory of Alexandria, I strike!
Uh-oh. Nice effects.
No more games!
Quickly! Away from the sigils! The sigils channel magic! Be on your guard!
No time even to fear my wrath!
You must brace for blade and magic both.
How about you? My steel!
I think I had some debuff there.
I know this is merely a reconstruction, and yet...
I have pledged my life to the kingdom. How about you? My resolve shall never waver. I am sworn to protect my queen! I will die before I yield!
Oh, I got clipped. Ugh. Lots of things to watch out for.
That's right. Zelenia was always there to protect me.
My steel! Rage and broil!
Oh no! There we go.
forgive me, my queen. I have failed you.
Wow. That was pretty impressive. That was quite a trial.
Did you get what you needed?
I did. Though these figures will complicate matters.
Is that so? Well, if we are done here, then I shall end the transmission.
Hold it! If you have no scruples about thus defiling the memories of Zelenia, then there is no way we will ever see eye to eye. You are not fit to be entrusted with the cherished memories of Alexandrians.
I, for one, have no wish to employ the fruits of my research in this manner. It is a waste of time and effort. But since I relinquished my flesh long ago, I must resort to every conceivable method, so long as the hero insists on keeping the key. Why do you so oppose our objective?
Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Hang on.
With the key, we would be able to harvest ether from other reflections and bring forth more endless. We could give this chance to evolve not only to the people of the Ninth, but to those of the Source as well. I see no reason why you should reject such a boon.
I want to go with you're aware of the connection between the worlds to see what he says.
Oh, don't tell me you thought you were the only ones who knew. That is the height of hubris. Well, I'd say our conversation has run its course. Ultimately, what you think is immaterial, for the seeds we've sown have already quickened.
That's never a good
The
sign.
people have glimpsed hope in transcending death, and they can ill turn away from it. And thus does my role come to an end. The rest I leave in your capable hands, Calyx.
As a token of gratitude for consenting to my tests, I leave you with a gift. Be sure to take it with you.
I don't think we had an option of consenting to these tests, but okay. Trial music. That's great stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay, kitty. You alright there, buddy? Let's see what Sphene has to say. Selenia was kind, but she could be stern, a pillar of strength when I ascended the throne in terrible times. Not only did she protect me, but she also buoyed my spirit whenever it threatened to buckle under the pressures of my station. By preserving her memory and honor, you've done more for me than you could know. Thank you, Tirius. You may now enter the Underkeep with a party of NPC avatars. To make use of this feature, open the Trust interface located under Duty in the main menu. Okay. Sphene stands in silence, shared paths.
Selenia, it pains me to think that you're gone too.
Aha! Oh, we found you at last.
You had us quite worried when you suddenly disappeared. What in the world happened?
Then preservation's objective is indeed what Calyx claimed. But for them to know about the source and the shards, and to refer to theirs as the ninth, that raises some questions.
Yeah.
Indeed. But for now, I'm just glad the two of you are safe. Oh, right. While we were scouring the castle for you, we came upon a room that looked like a library.
By learning about the Alexandria of old, we may gain valuable insights into preservation. Might we take a number of books with us?
So books still remain. Of course. You are welcome to any that may be of use.
If you don't mind, could we take a look around here first? I'm especially curious about the area over by the throne.
This tiara, it was hers, the Endless Fiend's. What's it doing here?
It's a type of regulator, I believe. It contains the data of the Endless Fiend's memories. Calyx likely used it to create the simulant. Which means that as long as the tiara is in our keeping, we shouldn't need to deal with any more simulants. Strange that he would abandon it, though. Perhaps because the simulant already played her role, like she said. Or Calyx made a copy of the memories. In any case, not much information of import appears to remain on this terminal. But I'll make it so we can access it remotely from the back room.
This contains the memories of another me. The tale of her journey as Queen of Alexandria. Might I hold on to this tiara? You may examine it whenever you wish, of course.
It would be for the best, I think. Does that work for you, Shale?
No objections from me. All right, I'm finished. Let's head to the library, and then back outside.
Farewell, Selenia.
Let's see what they all had to say. Ukumat. The illness fiend was just a projected image outside living memory, so it was a bit of a surprise to see an actual item that belonged to her. On the way back, I asked Shale why the tiara might have been in the throne room. She believes that it was being used to record Sven's actions. There's no way to tell now whether or not it was with her knowledge. But it can't be used for questionable ends anymore, so we can at least take comfort in that. I'm glad everyone's safe. Yeah, me too. Shale. Based on the geographic data I gathered, it seems the intersection containing the castle served as a residential area during the early stages of Everkeep's construction. The outer section was then added when they expanded the structure into its present shape. I expect the system to dry the earth was installed so that they could build a stable foundation on submerged land. The interference made it impossible to locate you, and prevented link peril transmissions besides. Apologies that we couldn't be there for the critical moment, but as usual, you found a way to handle matters. Alex seems to consider the reflections naught but fields to be harvested for his endless. I do not make a habit of dismissing the assertions of others out of hand, but I cannot abide such callous disregard for life. Yep. The simulant gave the impression that she wouldn't be back, but I suppose only time will tell. And at present, we have no further leads on Calyx. Raha says, for now, perhaps you could take a moment to contact our friends. It would be good to catch each other up on recent developments, and I am certain everyone would appreciate hearing from you. Do you have anything new? Pistola, Alfino, Alize, and Aaronville should all be somewhere within the dome. Pray do the honors in any order you like. Okay. Most of the tomes we found were dilapidated from age, but some are thankfully still legible. Shale says, it irks me to think we're being led on by Calyx, but I'll do my best to find clues of his passage. Luke says, come to think of it, I have no idea what Aaronville's up to. Guluja says, I'll take a look at the preservation terminal. Hopefully there'll be something useful. I shall take the opportunity to review the books from the castle, and one grimoire in particular. Contact Aaronville first. Tirius, this is a surprise. Has Wukulamat gotten into trouble again? Yes, she has. I see. Knowing you, I expect you're already looking forward to the next obvious trap. Try not to overdo it. I'm in the outskirts at the moment. I've been helping the people with their work and talking to those I met to gauge their sentiment. It's been uneventful for the most part, but there was one notable development. Following recent events, some were here stopped wearing regulators. This has led to a disparity in what people remember about the Queen's death and the occasional episode of confusion. I'll be sure to let you know if there are any other changes. Alfino. Excellent timing, my friend. I had a mind to call you myself to see how you were faring. Calyx? While something was obviously afoot, I couldn't have imagined that such an individual would be involved. 'Tis well you were able to prevent the simulant from sowing further uncertainty. That said, her absence may have consequences. Yeah. The people of Alexandria still have great trust in Sven. 'Tis plain in the way they speak of her even now, and in how the simulant was able to win them over. When they notice she has ceased to appear again, rumor and worry will spread. We must be mindful of any pronounced shift in the mood of the populace. But forgive me, it's been battle after battle for you, hasn't it? We can handle ourselves for now, so pray rest up while you can and recover your strength. Yes, hello! Tirius, for you to call out of the blue, is something wrong? What? You went all the way to the bottom of Everkeep and you didn't think to ask me to come? So Alize. Oh, but I suppose I've been fairly busy myself. Oh, yeah, the boy. I'm pleased to say that we've received permission to begin administering the cure for Levin sickness to citizens. I'm actually due to visit a boy named Milos shortly to see how he is responding to his treatment. You've met him before with Lamati, I believe. The two of you should attend as well if you have time. It'd be good to see if Milos is okay. Alright, Y'shtola. If it isn't Tirius, is something the matter? So, preservation is behind the recent intrigue. It doesn't surprise me. I'm glad to hear you are none the worse for your trials, though. As for myself, I've just concluded a meeting with Gosan. I told him about the cure for Levin's sickness, and we formed a tentative plan to treat all those who are stricken. I'm now otherwise unoccupied, so I shall take a look around the government sector to see if aught is amiss. And if this Calyx is obsessed with the key, then I ought to begin studying it in earnest as well. Being able to contact people so far away so easily can do wonders for your peace of mind. Link pearls really are convenient things. Glad you think so. I'll take a look at the preservation terminal. Hopefully there will be something useful. It irks me to think we're being led on by Calyx, but I'll do my best to find clues of his passage. Okay. Does Bryle have anything? I see you were able to reach everyone. That as well. Braha says, I thought I heard Alize yelling. I hope everything is all right. What did the others have to say, if I may ask? They've finished treating Milos? Then we have to go and visit him. Sveen says, would you mind if I accompanied you? I understand he's afflicted with the self-same condition as I was, and I cannot help but worry for him. Luke says, of course, we don't mind at all. Says, in the meantime, I shall take myself around Solution 9 and see how things are. I share Elfino's concerns about the Queen's absence, and even setting that aside, the situation is not like to resolve itself while becoming endless remains an option. Braha says, I've been meaning to visit some shops, so I shall join Cryle. Shell says, while everyone's out and about, I'll try to pick up Calyx's trail. I'll see if I can dig up some information about the key for Y'shtola as well. Uluja says, I'll help you. Fiend. It seems we all have things to do. Still, there's no telling what else Calyx might have planned, so please, be careful, everyone. Right, let's go to Milos' apartment. It's in residential radius 914, if I remember correctly. Alright, do these two have anything else for us? Calyx is more clever than anyone has any right to be, but I'll sniff him out somehow. Just leave it to me. Amati told me all about Milos. She said he was around my age, but couldn't leave his bed. I'd like to go meet him next time. Maybe we can be friends. Maybe we can go around here. Nope. Back to Solution 9. Speak with Milos in residential radius 914. Right, we go to the residential sector. This poor kid has like 1 million people standing around his bed. At least he says, "There you are. Next time something is in the offing, you had better remember to call on me." Isadora. It's so good to see you again, and a delight to know that you and Alize are friends. She's been very kind to us. Sphene says, I understand my endless self visited Milos often. I will keep quiet so as to not draw suspicion. Luke says, look, Milos is sitting up. I've seen the treatment before, so I know it would work, but it's all still so amazing. Alize and Y'shtola are miracle workers. Hello, you came before with Queen Sphene? I'm glad you came again. Ellie says, I believe he'll be fine now, but just for good measure, I'll administer a healing spell.
I once hoped that Milos at least might be made an endless. Then he wouldn't need to suffer anymore.
You feel different now?
Thanks to Alize, Milos is on the road to recovery. He can grow up and live a normal life. And I want to be there with him every step of the way. To grow old with him as his mother and not something else.
That should do it. You're doing well, I'm glad to say.
Thank you, Alize.
You're welcome, Milos. Now, you'll feel breathless for a little while still, but don't fret. It'll get easier to speak with time. That said, we can't rule out the possibility of a relapse. As a precaution, I would keep him away from lightning-infused objects.
Lightning. Does that include regulators?
It does. I understand if it's difficult for you to part with something that you've worn for so long, though, so it's entirely up to you.
No. For Milos' sake, I will do it. And if the environment here isn't good for him, I must consider moving outside the dome.
You two would be more than welcome in Tulihiola.
It's very assuring to hear that. If you don't mind, could you tell me about the process?
I'm happy. I can talk again. Before, I couldn't even thank my mother for caring for me. But now we can talk lots. I can tell her that I'm happy. that I like it when she strokes my hair.
Your mother is happy to talk to you as well, I'm sure.
Queen Sphene always cheered me up. Always said that she would cure me. Today, I'll practice walking with Mother. And next time, I'll go and visit you.
Thank you for explaining everything.
We'll come again to check on you. So if you have any other questions, just let me know. Right. Let's get going, shall we?
Please come back soon. You too, miss.
It's good to see Milos doing so well.
The Endless Me gave him the strength to hang on, and she didn't rely on any special power to do so.
She wanted her people to be happy. Even though we had to fight, her love for them was very real, and it reached Milos.
I wish to be there to watch him grow as well. To make my way beside the people of Alexandria. In the name of his evolution, Calyx has wrought much unease and misery, and I cannot condone his path. No, I shall forge ahead on a path of my own, one that honors the memory of my other self.
Nice. Very nice. Alright, let's talk to Wook. I wish the Endless Fiend could have been here to see Milos. As I treated Milos with Angelo, I couldn't help but think of Gabu and Haurik. I wonder how they've been. Sphene is in higher spirits. Milos is a kind and brave boy. It did me well to see him. One day I hope that I can speak with him about my other self. Come, let us return to the back room, and on the way, let us pick up treats for our friends, a little gift to show our appreciation for their hard work.
Citizens of Alexandria, please be advised. The distribution of neo-regulators has concluded. We ask that all recipients equip their regulators and promptly complete device registration.
Uh-oh.
The evolution of our kind is at hand. Together we shall rise above death and bask in the infinite possibilities of eternal life.
What is this?
Evolution? What evolution?
Those with neo-regulators will become endless, apparently.
You mean there's no more? Well, don't you feel lucky?
Don't look at me like that. Queen Sphene said there were only so many.
I haven't registered mine yet. The more I thought about it, the more unsure I felt about becoming an Endless.
Well, I registered right away. Anything to stop those terrible nightmares of being killed by mechanical soldiers.
Ultimately, what you think is immaterial, for the seeds we've sown have already quickened.
Uh-oh.
The people have glimpsed hope in transcending death, and they can ill turn away from it. I see. The terror of their first encounter with death still lingers in their hearts. Having previously been spared even the idea of it, they know not how to handle the emotions.
The funeral was meant to give everyone the chance to come to terms with loss, to grieve and move forward together.
It doesn't work that way, Wook. I'm sorry to say. It doesn't get over it. Like, people don't get over it immediately, right? Sometimes it takes time, and sometimes it takes longer time for others. Some people are able to move forward quickly, and some people take a long time. Sometimes people don't move forward forever, sadly.
But everyone who was wearing a regulator had their memories of that moment erased. And to see those oblivious, happy souls, those who remembered must have wondered if it might not be better to be like them, to go back to a time when death didn't exist.
And now they've been presented with the chance to do just that by becoming an Endless. It's not hard to see why they would consider it.
If this fear of death continues to spread among the people, what will become of Alexandria? The gifts for our friends will have to wait. We should return to the back room at once.
Oh, you're safe. That broadcast had us worried. The entire populace is on edge.
So Alphino and the others are still out there.
We have a situation on our hands! A civilian has been killed by a mechanical soldier here on Trueview.
Uh-oh.
Wayakwe is on the scene and reports that the problem unit has been subdued by another sentry.
That doesn't make sense. Only someone with the King of Resolve's authority could order a soldier to do that.
For somebody who hacked the system.
Not good. I tried to check the status of the authority but was blocked from the core system. Given recent developments, I'd wager that Calyx is responsible for this.
Perhaps we should go and see for ourselves.
It's me. There's been an incident in the outskirts. A mechanical soldier attacked a local resident, for no apparent reason. Fortunately, several nearby hunters dealt with the rogue machine, so everyone is safe. But if other soldiers were to... Wait. Is that... Oh gods.
Uh-oh.
More hostile sentries are bound for the settlement. I'll try to lure them away and then lose them somehow.
Ill tidings, I take it.
In the outskirts, too?
You'll go and help Erenville, won't you? We couldn't forgive ourselves if he came to harm. I'll have Geo join you from Earth and Sky.
I'm coming too. I can't stay here while my people are in danger.
Let's go.
Shale. Geo, can you hear me? Something's happened in the outskirts. I wonder if Genalt has any. Nope, nothing new. Speak with Muklamat. It's raining out, so, you know. Galuja says, "The people here took care of me, giving me food and making sure I was all right. Can't bear to imagine the soldiers hurting them." Sphene says, "So this is how it is outside, these clouds. Never mind, finding Erenville is what matters right now." Elise says, "I don't see Erenville. I pray he hasn't come to harm." Luke says, "Things have settled down here, but I still see no sign of Erenville. Let's split up and look for him." Galuja, Sphene, please search in the settlement area. Meanwhile, the rest of us who can defend ourselves will head further out. Terrified citizen. Terrified citizen. Thank you. Oh, thank you. That was a close call, my thanks. As I was leading the soldiers away, I caught sight of this poor fellow being pursued. I went to help, but was rather out of my depth. We're lucky you found us when you did. Erenville, I am so glad you are safe. Elise says, we were quite worried when we couldn't find you. We encountered soldiers on the way here. Most paid us no mind, but some turned out to be hostile. There's no way to tell until they set upon you. Erenville says, the ones here also attacked without any warning. If I hadn't been paying attention, it could have ended badly. Hopefully the others were able to escape. We should return to the outskirts and take stock. Alright, let's fly on over there. Malachite says, I did not expect to see you again so soon. Allow me to thank you again for your earlier help. Geode. We responded to Shale's call as quickly as we could. Others are out keeping an eye on soldiers nearby. Luja says, thank you, Tirius, for protecting everyone. Oop, I missed that. Thank you, Tirius, for protecting everyone. But you shouldn't have had to. None of this would have happened if I could control the soldiers. Sveen says, no one thought that Galuja might have been behind the attacks. They know that he would never make the soldiers do them harm. Even so, he feels responsible for the machine's actions. 'Tis a misplaced burden, and I pray it drives him not to despair. Luke says, I didn't expect to see Malachite out here. Given his own trauma, I wonder if he'll be alright. Elise says, the situation here appears to have been resolved, but I doubt we've seen the last of such incidents.
Right. We're none the worse for the wear. But let's see what the situation is here.
Geode and his people came and joined us while we were searching for you. After which we happened to encounter Malachite. His usher duties brought him here, and he has quite the story to tell.
It's a bit puzzling, to say the least. Even so, I'll try my best to explain. I was called to attend to the unfortunate soul slain by the mechanical soldier. Yet, when I arrived, I found no body, only a pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered. Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew what had become of it.
How odd. Did they remember the victim at least?
They did. Their memories of the deceased weren't sent to the cloud, I don't believe. Yet, no body remained.
If someone took it, surely they would have been noticed.
With your permission, I shall return to the government sector for now. Please take care.
Maybe whoever got attacked wasn't really a person.
This is terrible. Why would they make the soldiers do this?
If preservation is behind the attacks, I fear this won't be the end of it.
All the Neo-regulators have been distributed, and potentially 5,000 Endless are about to be born. What does Calyx hope to achieve with these killings? Does he seek to frighten people into registering them? Or perhaps...
Oh, thank the 12 you answered. Shale told me what happened. Is everything all right? I see. 'Tis a relief to hear that Erenville is safe. Alas, I do not have good news to share in return.
Oh no.
A driver lost control of his vehicle when its interface became unresponsive, and it crashed into the Nexus arcade, injuring several people. Kryl and I are helping to render aid, but with the sentries behaving strangely, we can't afford to lower our guard. Remain vigilant, my friend.
I was worried something had happened to one of the Scions.
I just received word from the backroom. A hover cargo on TrueView threw off its driver, and it's rampaging through the area as we speak.
Why is Calyx creating this chaos.
Alphino had a similarly troubling report for me. Apparently, a riderless machine in the government sector came to life near a crowd clamoring for neo-regulators. It proceeded to mow down several citizens, causing serious injuries.
This is a tragedy. We must go and help the people.
Sphene, wait! I'm coming with you!
Alphino is with Y'shtola, and he said they'll be all right. I'll go and see if other incidents have occurred elsewhere. From here, I'll head towards the quarry by way of the Drift Downs.
Certainly a lot of hover cargoes coming and going in those parts. I'll join you.
I shall remain here and speak further with the locals. I have company now, so you needn't worry about me.
Then let's return to Solution 9. If we hurry, we can catch up to Lamachi and Sphene.
Plot thickens. Nice flame effect there, nice.
Sphene's gone on ahead. I leave her with you.
Bloody things have gone mad.
It's almost gleeful about that.
Why is this happening?
Surely there's a finite number of these things.
Everyone, please try to remain calm and make your way to resolution. This is just like before, when Zerroja unleashed the soldiers on us. I don't have any souls left. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
You all...
No! No! Why did you do that? Why? You can't just leave me alone like this!
listen, you'd still be here. You'd still be with me. But now...
Are you alright?
So many hurt. So many dead. This is wrong. This is all wrong.
Oh, that's bad. Wonder if he's harvesting souls. Thank the 12 you are all unharmed, says Alfino. 'Tis small solace amidst this tragedy, however. Y'shtola says, the machine rampage seems to have been only temporary. Soldiers and vehicles alike ceased to operate all at once, as if they had fulfilled their purpose. Elise says, it's the same outside Everkeep, though members of Oblivion are keeping watch for good measure. The first attacks came shortly after the announcement that neo-regulators had run out. It can't have been a coincidence. Krauss says, I struggle to imagine that anyone but Calyx could gain control of the soldiers. This must have served his ends in some way. Galuja, are you still without your authority? It's fine now, I'm in control again. Y'shtola says, we might take the opportunity to shut down the machines. There's no guarantee this won't happen again. Amati just talked with Everkeep's administrators about that. They said it wasn't so simple. Uklumat says, the mechanical soldiers don't only serve as guards, they also perform various vital tasks, like providing medical treatment and managing food production. If we shut them down, we'd struggle to render aid to the citizens, let alone restore their lives to normal. Galuja says, I made it so they can't use weapons anymore, though. Hopefully that makes it a little safer. Y'shtola says, that seems the best approach for now. Thank you for your swift action, Galuja. Sphene says, this powerlessness, I can abide it no longer. No matter how much hardship and loss we could endure if there was but happiness at the end. Yet all I see now is suffering and misery. And I cannot bear it. I want to protect the people. For their happiness, I would do anything and everything. So please, please lend me your aid. Luke says, oh, Sphene, you found the words I wished you'd said back then. Our strength is yours, Sphene. Together, we'll get through this. Graha says, let us split up and get to work. Might I trouble you to report to Shale, my friend? Alright, what does Wook have to say some more? Malachite and his fellows are tending to the deceased. His trauma must make the work difficult, but he's determined to do what he can. Luja says, couriers and cleaners are clearing away the wrecks of vehicles and soldiers. It's the first step to getting things back to normal. Sphene says, it pains me that the people were made to suffer even more after so much hardship and tragedy, but you and yours saved many lives. I cannot thank you enough. Shale says, it's been a trying day, but it seems the worst is behind us. What's the situation out there now? You moved quickly to restore things to normal, thank you. Yet while disarming the soldiers is indeed prudent, it is a far from comprehensive measure when vehicles can be commandeered to inflict damage and sow chaos. For the time being, I'll set our people to keeping a close watch on machines. I also have a mind to consult the authorities about enlisting hunters to our aid. Sphene says, I must regain my proficiency in magic. To that end, I shall seek advice from Y'shtola and Alize. Among the books we recovered from the castle was a grimoire once used. I hope to learn to wield it again, at everyone's side. As for the key, I think it best that it remains in your care, though it means you will bear the greater risk. In order to ease your burden, I shall endeavor to become a capable warrior to make Otis and Zelenia proud. Oh, that's an interesting. She sounds like she's gonna join us then. Maybe as a fellow scion. There's also the chance she's just BSing us, but who knows.
By illness weakened, by wounds unmade, by age decayed. Such fragile flesh is worthless to us. How mankind should evolve, shall evolve. I have already arrived at the answer. The time is come to pose a new question.
Reprieve from death, but at what cost? For endless life, a legion lost. I gotta wait a while for the next part, sounds like. To be continued, yes. Oh, I hate cliffhangers. I couldn't fight them, and I couldn't even get my authority back when it was stolen, so what good am I? I need to find a way to be more useful. Trial says, Raha and Alfino patrol the city, while Y'shtola and Alize continue treating Eleven's sickness and those injured in the attack. I shall stay here to help coordinate efforts, so I suggest taking the opportunity to get some rest. I love how they tell you to rest. We set up patrols outside, so I came back here to see how things are. Unfortunately, although we stopped the rampaging hover cargoes, now we have to deal with delays in electro transport and slowdowns in production. The complications will likely continue for some time. Uklamat. Gosan is helping us coordinate efforts with the administration here in Alexandria. We have to work hard and in hand to ensure that the people can get back to their normal lives. I worry about Galuja, though. I know he's still frustrated that he couldn't do anything to stop the machines. If only there was a way to take his mind off things. I will dedicate myself first to healing magics, so I may help treat people's wounds. It will be a time-consuming process to reacquire my abilities, but a necessary one that I dare not rush, even though there's no telling when Calyx will make his next move. He'll make his next move when the next story patch comes out, at which time we will have to wait. Alright. So, we got to see a new dungeon, and we got to see a new trial, and we will have to wait for more story. So, that ends this patch story for the time being, and I hope if you get to hop into those fights, you enjoy them too. They're a nice little challenge. I enjoyed them very much. So, oh wait, we always have to have a cat joke, right? Why does the cat do stand-up? He lives for the pause. A pause. Yeah. That one's bad. They're all bad, but we love them anyway. Alright, Mama Cat Gamer is signing out. Have a great one, cats and kittens. We'll see you soon. Oh, like, subscribe, ring the bell, the notifications, all that jazz. You know what to do, when to do it. So, and again, hey, have a great one, cats and kittens.